And we see this new Rasmussen poll, 72% of Republicans consider Trump the model for the party's future. Now, assuming these electoral challenges are not successful, what should Trump do in this next phase of his public life? What would your advice be to him?
Well, he will, particularly if he feels a little betrayed by the Republican Party, he will be tempted to pull away from the party. But I think that would be a serious mistake. Trump needs the Republican Party as much as the Republican Party needs Trump. Now, there are many Trumpsters and patriots who think, oh, no, Trump got 75 million votes. He doesn't need the Republican Party. 75 million people voted for Trump. No, 75 million people didn't vote for Trump. A lot of those people voted for Trump because he is a Republican. If Trump had run as an independent or for some other party, he would not have gotten 75 million votes. So the bottom line of it is that Trump has been a transformative force in the Republican Party, but he needs the party as much as the party needs him.
Well, I've said, Dinesh, early on, assuming the president loses this election and that these challenges fall apart, he should be the critic in chief. He should be the leader of his MAGA movement, because otherwise the pop culture will try to cast him as this embittered Nixonian figure and write him off. He has to counter that. And when you see this kind of a claim, I mean, the most admired man in the United States, he's got to put it to some use here. Let me leave you with this, Dinesh. Even the folks at MSNBC believe that the president is here to stay, though they paint a political future in a darker hue.
I don't think that we've seen the last of the Trump populism. You're going to see more of that competition on the right as the struggle, frankly, for an identity, because when the cult leader isn't at the top of the stage anymore, what is everyone going to ascribe to?
Dinesh, your reaction. Are Americans going to be wandering the streets looking for what to do tomorrow?
Well, first of all, anyone who is talks to these Trumpsters recognizes that there's nothing cultic about their support of Trump. In fact, their support of Trump is highly interesting and runs all over the spectrum. You have people who say things like, I don't really like Trump, but I like the issues he stands for. You have people on the opposite side who say, I don't agree with everything Trump stands for, but I like the way that he fights. I like his tell it like it is personality. I like that he doesn't hold back. He's not politically correct. So in other words, when you're dealing with a cult leader, people are like, everything he says is great, everything he says is wonderful. That is not the view of the people who support Trump. There's a great deal of nuance that the people on the left have absolutely no idea about.
Dinesh, we'll leave it there. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you soon and talk to you in it. We're now learning how wrong so many experts were about the way in which COVID is spread.